So hey guys, welcome to latest cricket update channel. So let's talk about the match analysis between New Zealand versus India. So it was Rohit Sharma's jab with Miyadad moment, perhaps better. Miyadad had it 10 off 2 balls, Rohit scored 12. There have been several last ball hits between the scorching Indo-Pak Shah evening in 1986 and Tuesday, balmy Hamilton night. But for the Indian cricket and audience of a certain vintage, any last ball escapade takes them back to the Miyadad. Rohit's effort for several reasons was arguably better than the Miyadad for status. The target was steeper. Secondly, Rohit is not job at Miyadad. He's the top order in force, whose primary prime duty is to prevent the match from spiraling into last ever knockout scenario. In its 76 T20 innings, as an opener only thrice has he batted in the 20th over when chasing. He has never batted as deep as the 20th over. Miyadad made it habit to guide Pakistan through rough storms. At Hamilton, Rohit, arguably one of the finest white ball exponents of all time, a pair of double hundred centuries in most part of the world, and against the best attacks, a six-hitting machine, found himself on unfamiliar terrain. Forgot Rohit. India has never played a super over. The last time they tied a match was 12 years in the 2007 World T20 encounter against Pakistan, where the match was decided in a ball-out. So super over scenario didn't cross Rohit's mind as he packed the kit bag. After getting out, everything was packed. All my stuff was inside my bag. I had to get it out. Literally, it took me 5 minutes to find my abdomen guard, because I didn't know where it was. I have never batted in a super over before, so I don't know what to expect, whether to go from the first ball or take a singles and see what I can do. He admitted after the game. Nerves can get the better of the first batsman, and it's manifested in Rohit's approach in the final stages of the game. The first ball of the super over, in which India required 18 to win, he attempted an uncharacteristic stroke, a wild premeditated leg side sweep of a delivery pitched outside the off stump. Neither does he premeditate nor he does attempt such ungainly strokes. A similar line he would usually dispatch on the offside over the mid-off fielder. In the scramble for a double, he almost got himself run out, but for the wicket-keeper's clumsiness, it was baffling, because Rohit in the last 2 years had made batting almost entirely risky. The next ball, he almost got himself bowled by attempting another grab off and off stump Yorker, saved only by that he managed when Rahul paddle swept Tim Southee for 4. It seemed that Rahul was better equipped to drag India off the line, but a single brought Rohit back to strike. The equation swelled up to 10 off 2 balls. Rohit appeared illiquid, as if he had scripted the fate of the match already, as if he had channeled his inner Miyadad, as if he knew now and where he would find those runs. He reached the highest risk non-percentage slogs. He's no MS Dhoni or Steve Waugh or Miyadad. Rather, he would summon the strokes that have reaped him more success, and not premeditate and not move around in the crease, which is so unlike of Rohit. Then kicked in his supreme understanding of the game. From what I have seen in super overs, whatever you are chasing, it's in the bowler who is under pressure. That's my understanding. Let make the mistake. That was my thought process as he bowled. It was my zone and I smashed it. He recollected. He was waiting on the back foot, paving way for 2 of his favorite shots: the pull for anything marginally short, and the lofty drive for anything full or at good length. Only a Yorker with laser guided precision could trouble him solely, like Chetan Sharma attempting exactly that and failed. Sharma just cleared his front leg and swung the ball over the wide long on. It was arguably Southee Chetan Sharma moment. Southee didn't quite have the courage to serve another Yorker. Rohit knew it and waited patiently for the foolish ball, in which he left it inside our long off. His footwork was late and exemplary. It was much after Southee released out the ball that he moved his front leg away from the line of the ball so that he could get the required elevation. A straighter hit would entail more risk at gain of another trademark of the finish to chart the easiest route of trouble, and that Street Fighter streak that he still pulled off on me at that moment, demonstrating another dimension of his game and personality, is a testament to the great cricketer that is. His situational awareness and tactical flexibility. Batsmen often treasure such knocks when they get runs or win matches in situation from them. For all one knows, he might not find himself in such a situation soon, or maybe never again. Later, Rohit admitted it was a different feeling. He has won India several matches. He would won more matches in the future too. But the Sultan would be required to knock the 10 of the last 2 balls of a super over. In that sense, he could be experiencing what Dhoni or Mayadar might have experienced numerous times when they have orchestrated those dizzying finishing acts. It's an unflappability on the cracking pressure that Dhoni had made Mayadar cult heroes, showering more praise and adulation than some of the top order peers or more hats. For instance, among the batting closers of his time, he had a relatively inferior record, be it the strike rate or the century amount. But Dhoni was Dhoni because he won tough games. All of these virtues shown in Rohit Sharma Miyad moment, and it should be celebrated even more because Rohit Sharma is no Javad Miyad. So if you like the channel, so kindly subscribe to it.